I think since the blockade last year, Qatar has been reevaluating its position within OPEC. I think it's outlived its position, and it's looking to, this is largely a symbolic move. And so it's going to continue to increase its natural gas production worldwide.
Yeah, but do you think this is really trying to just kind of, wag the finger in the face of the Saudis, who have, to your point, been effectively economically boycotting Qatar, blaming them for siding with Iran? Saudi Arabia is able to enlist a few of its other Gulf states, sort of, pushing Qatar more and more to the margin. Is this Qatar going it alone?
Well, I think that the relevance of OPEC has been waning. I think that, Qatar, since 1961, when it joined OPEC, has played that key intermediary role. But I think if you look at OPEC right now and the key marriage between Saudi Arabia and Russia, that's going to be pivotal to the future of OPEC.
Do you think OPEC has a future?
Well, I think that it really depends on that marriage. OPEC plus Saudi and Russia, I think that Saudi Arabia is keen to avoid the mistakes it made on market share and production in the 80s. They know, and everyone else is watching, that they need to go 70 or above to balance their budget, whereas Russia, they have a little more wiggle room within 40s and 50s. And so that's going to be key looking forward. And I think when you look at other OPEC members, this precedent by Qatar, others could exit. And will others follow if they stay in? So I think this is a really more of a symbolic move, but it could set a precedent for others moving forward.
Russia's kind of like the guy at your club who's not really a member, but always seems to be there with somebody else. Russia's kind of like that with OPEC. They're not a member, but they're there. Friday, the day after OPEC, there's sort of the OPEC Plus, which is the Saudis and the Russians kind of making, sort of their announcement because they've got a production deal as well. What do you make about this growing tie between Saudi Arabia and Russia?
Well, I think it's a really important relationship. And I think you saw that at the G20, there was a production of, discussions and agreement between them. I think everybody was watching that very closely. I mean, that's going to be key and pivotal to the future of OPEC. And I think, Qatar has been investing in U.S. terminals, and I think the U.S. likes that. At the same time, they're investing in Poland and Germany, which is diversifying away from Russia. So that pleases the U.S. At the same time, Qatar becomes more of a competitor for the U.S. So that relationship between Saudi and Russia, that is the relationship and the marriage to watch moving forward.